Eric. Welcome to Farm Finds. Well, I guess if you're going to start a channel that's about finding classic cars and barns and farms and small towns in the Midwest, might as well start at home first. And so I'd like to introduce you to my 1970 Chevelle Malibu. I bought her from the original owner more than 30 years ago, and she's been a reliable part of my life ever since. Now, in the same way you find an old car on a farm or in a garage or a shop or a barn, and you kind of find it unexpectedly, it hasn't been cleaned up, I decided I'm just going to show you my old girl here, just the way she is, the way I like to drive her. She obviously, her paint's seen better days, her interior's seen better days, her engine's seen better days, but she is the way I like her. And to be honest with you, I don't have any plan on restoring her. I'm looking at possibly switching the power plant out with an LS engine. I have a 6-liter in a 2006 Suburban that I'm thinking about building a stroker 408 out of it and putting that in with a 4L80E transmission. But yeah, that's a little further down the road and a little bigger budget than I can handle right now. She still has the original engine in it, though I have burnt through a few set of heads. It's a 350 with a turbo 350 3-speed transmission and a 12-volt open rear end with highway gears. The original engine was a 250 horse model with a 2-barrel carburetor, and years back, most of the work I've done on this car was anywhere from 20 to 25 years ago. Put an aluminum intake on it and a 4-barrel Carter AFB, dual exhaust, shift kit in the transmission, street strip shift kit, and RV cam in it, a little bit of thump. You know, you kind of look back and say, well, what are my regrets? One is that the exhaust I put on was a Walker Dynamax Hemi exhaust, which have these massive mufflers. And for this engine, they're just too quiet. I mean, the mufflers are really built for a big, high horsepower, high compression engine. And so it's a little quiet for me. And the other thing that I would change now that I should have changed back then is I would have put a bigger cam in it. This one you have to run the idle pretty low to be able to hear that. Now, this car is never going to be for sale. I have no interest in ever selling it. I've had people stop me multiple times a year asking it's for sale, and it's not. It's actually in my will. My son's going to receive it after I pass on, and hopefully he never gets rid of it, but that'll be his problem then. When I bought her, she had 110,000 miles on it, and believe it or not, in that time, the last 30 years, I put less than 65,000 miles on. Now, I have lived overseas for the last 10 years, and so she has spent a lot of time in storage, and so that's helped keep the mileage down. But I tell you what, this interstate battery that I have in here, when I need it, it cranks up, she fires up, and we head down the road. Other than swapping the heads out and putting some high performance parts on it years ago, it's the original engine. The engine's never been rebuilt, and the transmission's never been rebuilt. So that's it. That's the story of my Chevelle. I hope you join in the future to check out the other cars that I find as I travel around the Midwest, looking in barns, out in fields, in old garages, and around small town alleys. Thanks for watching.
It fell over! It fell over after you drove away.
Okay, car coming.